This is Message Builder. Message Builder is meant to be a replacement for most of your embed builders or your container builders or most of those message builders and webhook functionalities that you find in a lot of different bots. It's not overly unique. However, InfiniTea takes things to the next level, allowing you to construct fully dynamic messages with buttons, controls, actions, images, thumbnails, and more. Hopping in here, you'll see that on the interface there are folders. These are here for your convenience to help you organize all of the messages that you're inevitably going to build to make your Discord server streamlined. Up in the top right, you'll find a new button that you can use to create a new message forge or a message builder configuration. Here on the right hand side, for any one of these selected messages, you'll see a brief preview of what it looks like, as well as edit, sync, send, and delete. These two controls, sending and syncing, are very important. Syncing allows you to make changes via the edit, save those changes, and then update that message in place without having to repost it. This is incredibly useful for whenever you have a lot of pinned messages or content that you want to stay in place and update without having to go through a bunch of hoops to make it happen. So InfiniTea adds that for your convenience. Sending sends it to the first channel that you send it to. So clicking here, you'll see a channel list. You can select a channel and then hit send. I'm not going to do that here, but let's hop into the editor and have a look at what it looks like. Inside of the editor, this is what I call a hybrid what you see is what you get editor. So you'll see there's like hints all over the place for the different types of content that you could add. You can also give your message builder configuration a name, give it a few tags, and also specify what folder you want it to go into. Furthermore, up here at the top is an import button. This import button allows you to import other message builder configurations that you've defined elsewhere and pull them directly in. And this is useful for when you have repeating content to help prevent you from having to spend too much time in here. Anywhere you click in here where there's these little plus buttons allows you to insert content. There are many different types of blocks that you can add here. For example, text, text random, separators, media files, button rows, onboard flow selectors, and ticket selectors. The text single is exactly what you see here, which does support markdown formatting, Discord markdown formatting, and text random allows you to specify random text for each different variation. So you can type in a variation 1 and then add another one and then add another one. And these are different variations that you can have, and it will randomly select one at use time. The separator is obviously what you see here. And then there's also media file, button rows, onboarding flow selectors, and ticket selectors. I will not go into each one of these in great detail. The only one I really want to call out here is going to be the button row. The button row has all of its functions, for example, application withdrawal, commands, community reports, looking for group, and role toggles, allowing you to completely customize your onboarding experience. I'm going to take you over here to my Discord now and show you an example of how I've used this. So I have created this onboarding page that all users are directed to when they first join our community. And you'll see that there are some role buttons here added to a button row, as well as some other roles for various games. There's the withdrawal application, which is related to the onboarding flow feature. We'll discuss that later. And some other selectors here, which is also related to onboarding. All of these are put inside of containers, designed the way that you see it in the app, and then sent and synced anytime I make an update. Now, notably, in these button rows, depending on the context, the functions or functionality may change. For example, if you're in giveaways, which we'll also talk about later, the buttons are completely different. Some things do allow you to put buttons along other buttons, but on occasion we do limit what functionality is available here. I encourage you to take the time in this system to learn how this works, because much of InfiniTea's configuration is built on the backbone of message builder configurations. Down here you'll see a little help option that you can open to get some inline support for how this feature functions. I promise you, it looks scary at first, but once you do it once or twice, it becomes pretty much second nature. You'll see this again pop up in many of our other videos here, as well as other features.